We are doing an Egyptian course, a series of 5. Each course is going to be 2 hours long, and they're going to entail 5 deities, Egyptian deities.
And it'll be a deep, deep dive into the research, the background of these deities. A lot of people don't know all the aspects and what they did back then and what they can bring forward today. These deities, nobody knows how to use the frequencies or anything like that. So it's time that these frequencies are being brought in. And the deep dive it's deep guy. There's a lot of knowledge, and when we access the frequencies, they connected with us, and we've been going through the process of connecting and integrating. And we're only doing 5 at a time because it's really intense, because it's different than the other frequencies we work with. So, I mean, that's 5 in the first course, and then a lot of background knowledge. So you know what you're doing when this is a practitioner training, everybody. And this, you really need to know how to use these frequencies. You have to have a lot of respect for these frequencies and for these deities. I mean, they came here, it's a starseed frequencies. They came here from, I believe, Syrian or Lyran starseeds. They could have, come from another planet as well. But this is really important to honor them. Right, Angela?
Yeah, and yeah, and the cool thing about this, so we're the first course for the series of 5 is going to include Isis, Hathor, Osiris, Horus, and Thoth. Now, I've worked with each of these individually, so I know the differences and I know how to invoke them based on my own skill set. But what's really cool about you, Colleen, is that you're a medium, okay? And you have these profound insights with them, okay? That only connecting to them they would know about me personally. So I guess what I'm trying to ask is your ability to channel literally word for word any messages from them. How are you going to, or what is your take on how you're going to help us or the practitioners that will take this course? And it's not only for practitioners, it's for the people who want to get used to them. And then when they feel comfortable to kind of embellish their own gifts in their own way, whether they're Reiki masters, whether they're mediums themselves, whether they have other modalities that they want to complement by using the essences of these deities. And because you have through your mediumship, I mean, I know that you've been subjected to some pretty intense energies, even working with me and really getting to know them yourself and gaining permission to work with them. How would you say is the best approach from a mediumship perspective on how you've integrated and benefited from working with these?
Just bringing in the frequency. Oh my goodness. In order to work with any type of deity or any other, like the angels or the other spirit guides or whatever you're working with, if you can bring in the light codes, it's so much easier to work with frequencies in the light codes than trying to separate different things and try to put everything together and say, oh, I'm going to work with this I'm going to work with that person. Having the information, the background that we received, you received the knowledge part and the attunements, and I received the attunements and how to connect. By having that already ready for you guys and the information and what they do, it's going to be amazing. You won't have to research anything. You just need to go within and ask your client, what is it that you're looking for a healing? And a lot of people who resonated with back in Egypt will want to work on certain things and with certain deities. Okay. I don't know if that answers your question, but I mean,
Yeah, no, that's great. It's almost like you calibrate people to be able to embody the essence of these deities. I've felt it. I know that you do that. And what's really cool about that is that it will allow them to, it won't be such a harsh contrast to
no.
their own stance and where and how they resonate when they bring them in, because it is intense. When these deities
Yeah.
first started visiting me, I didn't know who they were. I had no idea. And it was just like I was like, I'm like, really,
I know.
I have to sleep right now. Like I have a life outside of the spiritual realm, right? And I was like getting a little, I didn't understand it. Okay. And you know how it is, the universe gives you what you can handle at any given time. So I didn't really understand it. And so as I opened up, right, and opened up and addressed some fear I had about the power that these deities have, and, some of the judgment I had in other lifetimes working with high vibrational beings, I had to move through a lot of stuff in order
Yeah.
to work with them in this lifetime. And you really helped
Mhm.
me with that, you really did, because you bring in keys and codes that calibrate us energetically to be able to embody these high frequency powerful beings, work with them, and they want to work with us, especially if we have a soul tied to them from other lifetimes, and there's a remembrance that kind of ignites, that calls us when we do kind of look, when we kind of take it seriously. And if we want to, we don't always have to. But, as you know, my background is hypnotism. And also, since I was a child, I've always hummed and expressed vibratory through the vocal cords frequencies that naturally give myself reprieve from stress. But I now transpose that into my work as a hypnotist. And I didn't really know why I resonated with hypnotism, just using my vocal cords and whatnot. I do now understand it. And now that I'm really hardcore working with these deities, I realized, my lifetimes in Egypt, within pyramids and my voice kind of like vibrating off the walls, and I would have people in front of me go into trance state. See, I'm feeling it coming up, eh? Going into trance
A
state
channel
and
right now.
like going into trance state and receiving the healing, okay, from their own higher selves based
Mhm.
on my ability to bring them into alignment with their own healing from a higher level, so the higher self, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just, it's time for them to come in and to be acknowledged because we really just want to connect with the purest of white light source, light codes. So, but that, sorry, I'm not going to apologize. It's like the light language comes in so I can connect a little bit. This is how the frequencies come in for me. Korashita te te to to to. Isis, 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 Isis. She's so excited about bringing this knowledge forward, knowledge with Thoth too. Oh, Thoth is funny. Thoth is really funny. And I never knew that about Thoth. Korashita te pokora. Yeah, he's really excited. It's almost like he's jumping, but you never would think Thoth would be jumping.
No, he
But
is. He's funny. He's really got
yeah,
humor. And Isis is such a heart-centered being.
I know.
I
She's
really,
all about, like that. She just stands tall and she stands in her power. Yes, she does. She does. And she's just so excited that someone's bringing this, forward because a lot of people talk about the deities, but there's no frequencies brought in that I'm aware of. Like there probably is because the whole collective gets the same information. But I'm just saying that they're just so excited that this is going to be a practitioner training so other people can help other people through that time, the Egyptian times, and healing those Egyptian times, or just using these frequencies this day, because there's no such thing as time and space. We're working with timelines at the same time. So whatever happened in Egypt is happening now, guys.
I know. And what's really cool about this, it's almost like I feel, that we're like the human, hold on, workers, counterparts. We are the human counterparts that are prepping people to be able to embody these deities that are already here and they already have access to. So it's not like we're granting anybody permission. It's almost like we're prepping them through
Yeah,
this practitioner training course. We're because we've done it.
yeah.
We know how to do it, right?
Mhm.
From a human perspective. And our
Yeah,
gift is to stand in that knowing through experiential wisdom and provide them an opportunity, provide them our blueprint on how we did it. Okay. Which
exactly,
is
exactly,
customized
exactly.
to us. Customized to us. Nobody else can do it this way, and we can't do it any other way. right?
No,
So
that's right.
it's what we know how to do and it's what we're offering. And we're pretty damn excited about it because we know we got permission and we know we
Mhm.
can hold high frequencies, even though we feel like we're like gonna lose our shit sometimes. But we also see the benefits of it. I've always seen the benefits to my clients, whether it's clinical or otherwise. I know who's beside me. They don't
Yeah,
need to know because it'll be a block for them. Sometimes
yeah.
our belief systems dictate our experiential how sometimes our belief systems can muddy the waters when it comes to the clarity one needs in order to receive the energetic shift required for healing. So we won't sabotage it by saying what we actually are doing. We are humans. And this brings alchemy. This brings alchemy, okay, which Egyptian energy is,
Based
in
on,
my
yeah.
opinion, is based on, is alchemy, is bringing in again through the nervous system, okay,
Yes, yes,
the the ability to work with it in a human way so that it's effective, so that it's applicable. Okay, this is imperative. There are people smarter than I am, okay, and I know that. Okay, knowledge, okay, is integrated, which then becomes wisdom. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
and then
No, it
it
has nothing
becomes,
to do with, don't go into a session and think that you're going to disrespect a deity because,
you know what's really interesting about that is what I get is that by using the ego to say that in my place of power, I dictate other people's uh, divine timeline of healing, you're disrespecting yourself because that resonance is pushing away these energies. They cannot work with you if you're ego based. It's like so I know there's a time and place for ego. I do shadow work. That's what I specialize in. So I honor that. Believe me, I honor that. But when it comes to these deities who are very hands-on and practical, okay? They're very practical. They're not mystical. This thing in some they're you can't even believe how Thoth, he's funny as fuck. The guy's funny. I'm telling you, and it's such good humor. It's not corny, right? It's like it's not gray humor, but it's like a practical humor that's just like, how can you not see that's obvious? And you're kind of like, fuck yeah, that is obvious. You know what I mean? And then Isis is such a Thoth and Isis. I mean, Osiris is a. I mean, he's been through a lot. He's the template of, completely being fragmented and brought together by that love of Isis.
yeah,
Isis she is so heart-centered in her authority. Like she attracts,
yes,
she's a magnetism. Okay. She
yeah,
does not chase she does not chase for answers. She is her own answer and
yes.
she
She's very
shares.
knowledgeable, very, very, very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. Yeah. And little
Yeah.
did I know, there's something I didn't know. You could explain who is working with the Akashic records.
Thoth, I want to say.
Yeah, isn't that something? People don't know that, you know that? And
But in essence, they kind of all are because the Akash record is really a placeholder, right, of all information, past, present,
mhm.
and future.
What our connection to them is that they have that connection as well to the Akashic records, just like we do nowadays. Years ago, we didn't know how to connect, but now we can connect through, to the Akashic record through frequency that's out there. So, and they have done that from the beginning of time.
Very practical, eh? These DTs, they feel
Mhm.
very practical. They're very hands-on. They're like, hey, this is what I represent because I represent, oh, hold on. I represent a human action. Okay, human, hold on. What are
He's
the words?
channeling, by the way.
They represent a human action-oriented instruction to achieve the desired energetic shifts to embody and integrate lessons learned so that the next chapter, if you so desire, can be accessed cyclically over and over and over again, infinitely. There's no end to this, friends.
No, no.
You,
And
You
this is going to
ex-
be such an exciting time. I mean, with the Egyptian day, when that came in, I was like, oh, wow, right? When that came in for both of us, and we're like, we're going to be working with the Egyptian frequencies. I'm like, wow, this is so cool, you know?
you're very angelic. You're very, and you're like, oh, I trust
A little
that.
scared.
Well,
I was a little
this
scared,
is,
I have to be honest, because they come in really
I know.
strong. And it's like, okay, one at a time, and it takes a while to integrate. It's not like, yeah, it's a little different.
I know. You're all like, hey, Ange, we gotta come from the heart, right? We gotta come from light, right? I'm like, girl, you're talking to somebody who goes to the underworld all the time. And
Yeah,
I know I'm protected, right? And so when you hold space with people, when they have their secrets and they're ashamed of who they are and what they've done, okay, and they hold themselves captive in darkness, these resonants are so good. So good. They're so practical. They know how humans are. We attach our actions to self-worth. If
yeah,
that
I
were
know.
true, if that were true, we would all be the same. We're playing from different. How it's interesting to me. I do not believe there is a God that says you're shit and you're better, because you were born here or because you look like this, because you have this amount of money. Oh well, it's because you messed up. If it were true that there's such thing as better and worse in terms of the value within people, we would all be equal. We are all an accumulation of our past experiences, okay, through
Yes.
all lifetimes, and it's all just a learning experience to become brighter, more akin to the resonance of source, because we are just simply source in a very dense perspective. The more people that can integrate and play with and have fun with these energies and work with them, the better at their own craft they will be. And that was the intention, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, it's so important but the integration of these frequencies and the knowledge, so important for your clients. I mean, you're taking on a
and for
responsibility.
you as a practitioner, because when
Yeah,
you're swimming around in there, right, you're
yeah,
letting shit go too, right? You're
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my God, they
And
don't
this
need
is
to know
brought
how fucked up I am. But anyways,
and
hold
this is brought
hold space, hold space. Any new information when it's based on love, it makes you
yes,
realize more of your own essence, right?
yes. So I mean,
It's purpose. It's very purposeful. And you know what? I'm going to give us a shout out. And I fully recognize for the people that have been around the block like we have, and we've been through it, man. And so the bravery, it's not even bravery. It gets to a point where the wounded warriors, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just going to
I
do what I
know.
know I'm supposed to do, right? And you just
Yeah,
step forward because nothing else matters anymore. Like,
no,
your purpose
ready.
trumps everything and what anybody says. And you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to be authentically me. And what people don't understand is if you're not authentically yourself, in other words, if you don't shine in a heart-centered way, the way you're supposed to be seen, you're not walking with integrity. And what these deities do is they help you anchor yourself in that
Mhm.
very I know it's like a primal, a wounded warrior, divine feminine or divine masculine way to hold on, to show people how to treat you. And the great thing about where you're coming from is that the courses that we offer, are recorded and they're posted to your website. So people can go and download those courses. And so
Yeah,
I highly encourage people to do that, because when they purchase that, they can do it on their own time. Like the courses we offer or the one that we're talking about today are going to be live. And we always love interacting live with people, but they are recorded and they're going to be offered on your website. So I
yeah.
wanted people to know that if it doesn't align with your personal calendar, that you can absolutely reach out and still benefit. Yeah. So what I just got is that what they have always been who they are, these deities, okay?
Do you ever feel them at the back of your neck?
Yes.
I wonder what that's about.
It's a cord to okay, hold on. It is a cord to the nervous system, of which they are masters of emotions, and that's the whole
Okay.
point. Their templates, what they do is they provide emotional blueprints to help the human anatomy to move with the currents of the cosmos. Ooh, I'm channeling them now. Okay.
I hope
To
you're
move with
recording this right now.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. To move with the and that's why I'm not going to say access because it's consensual. They connect through the nervous system because um, it is that they master, and it is that philosophy, that essence that I in this lifetime have chosen to to provide a mediator for, because I have worked with and mastered those mastered those energies, not mastered, but worked with them very intimately in other lifetimes. And I had reached a point where I was able to, with like you say, ease and grace, I was able to flow with their teachings and implement them in a practical way into the human genome. Okay. I helped hold space for people to be able to embody their very, 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 very high frequencies. I say high frequencies, but very different frequencies than the human body in the human dense existence. So
Yes.
they are higher, but they are not better. They are an option. And because she knows how to use them, she is now ready to show others. Okay. And what differentiates the tone of each class is where that practitioner is at with their own spiritual evolvement. So if you think about this, they are a template that's always existed, even before Egyptian times, by the way. Okay, the Egyptian people interpreted things, cosmic law, into their own. Into their own practice. Okay. Hmm? And the reason why it's so potent is because they were so dedicated to it. They were
Yeah.
so dedicated to it. They brought it to the earth realm from the cosmos, and they created ritual practices. They used the human template, and they merged two things: the cosmos and
Blueprint.
the human template is when I can't describe what I'm seeing, but the human the practicality of the human doer with the cosmic believer, and they brought them both in, and they made it practical. I keep on getting practical. It's so practical. Ah! Okay? It's so practical. I can't even believe how practical it is. If you just went with the flow of these templates, you will see how they fit into your energetic places. And then from wherever you are, you walk forward in a foundational, strong ability. And I don't care what you do as a practitioner, it doesn't matter what you do. It embellishes you to be the best version you can be, because they specialize in practicality and they specialize working with humans. Okay?
We decided that we're going to kick this off on February 17th because it's a very important day. And what day is this? February 17th.
February 17th at 6 p.m., I believe.
Eastern time?
Pardon?
Eastern time?
Oh, yeah, it's for sure. It's Eastern time. February 17th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's during the week. We decided to do that after, you come home from work or school or all the things. Weekends, we have another class going on the weekend just because it's longer. The intention is to have this run for 2 hours, okay? But you know what? If people might have more questions, less questions, but it's fluid, right? So we're really approaching that being very open-minded, but
Yeah. And you can reach out to us. I
and the
know we're
price
busy.
point. I want to stress the price point is good. Okay. We
Yes, I
really made
know.
we really, I know, you know, we really made it so that it's affordable. We did, but at the same time, we're honoring the third dimension reality that we need to be supported too. So
Mhm.
it's $222 Canadian, okay?
Canadian, yeah.
For this course, and each course is going to be $222. Like I said, a series of 5. We're not even sure what date we're going to do the second round of DTs, but we're starting with these, and we're working with them every day. We're getting to know them more and more in a conscious way, and we're, overall, we're very excited. I'm very excited
Yeah.
about this because
And
it's
it, like
so.
we said, it takes a while to integrate. So we wanted to space between the classes and things like that, because
Yeah,
you need that time to integrate. I'm
yeah.
not saying this is going to knock you sideways or anything like that. They just want respect. They want you to acknowledge that this is going to be integrated in a very loving, caring, white light way. So,
Mhm.
so
And
we're
and I just
excited.
want to touch on this respect thing. It's almost like they don't demand anything because they understand that it's a choice that you make when you want to engage with them. But it's almost like walk with this resonance of you can't help but not respect them. It's like you feel what they represent, and you it's like a part of you is so grateful that they exist as as a possibility to bring you back to yourself. They exist as an egregore, as a template, as an offering, as a possibility for you to bring you back to, for you to awaken within yourself dormant aspects of power. Okay? They
Yeah,
specialize in human anatomy, guys.
yeah,
I'm feeling that. Their resonance. So if it's Siren, hold on, obvious, some
yeah,
Pleiadian.
yeah. And I is it play Lyran Syrian is what I got.
But I'm getting Lirin is more with basket, okay,
Mm,
with hands-on healing, okay. She's got
mhm,
female energy, and we're going to be doing her, I think, the next round. But
mhm.
these guys right here, Isis and Hathor, Osiris, Horus, and Thoth, they're more cosmic energy, heart-centered, bringing the dualistic, bringing shadow and light into the heart and balancing out and walking from that perspective forward. They are more foundational after
Yeah,
fragmentation. Okay, they're more
yeah,
foundational after fragmentation, whereas Basket and some of the other feline feminine energies that are Lyran are channelers for direct healing in specific ways. Guys, if you have any questions, we would literally be thrilled to answer them because we're like so hyped up about this. And just know you don't have to be someone that's entirely into the magic to benefit from this. We are gearing it towards practitioners. However, if you're not ready to shine in the way you should, take the course and mull over it until you are ready to step forward and be seen. And we can support you along the way. All you
yeah.
have to do is message. So it's going to be February 17th, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time over Zoom. And if you do feel that you would, be better off just purchasing the recordings after, reach out to Colleen and she'll absolutely direct you to that. So, did you have any other last words, Colleen?
Just excited and waiting to see who's going to be signing up, because I know all the people who've had Egyptian lives is going to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, but I'm just excited that this is an honor to be teaching this.
I feel so honored when I know, because I see visions all the time, right? I'm not tooting my own horn. It's really discernment between I mean, it's all useful information, but the point is this. These DTs are coming to me, man. They're full on coming to me, and they're so bright, they're so vibrant, like golden hue. They're so obviously with me, supporting me in who they are. And but also, I want to make it very fucking clear. I have worked for this.
Yeah.
I have worked for
Yes,
this.
she has put a lot. We both have put a lot of time in this.
But I
You
mean,
know,
just in our lifetime and the shit that we've gone through and, the stuff that we let go, our shadow work gave us this opportunity. So I want
yeah,
people to know that, we know that there are people out there who were not given what they needed in order to shine the way they should have. Okay.
yeah,
It was
mhm,
all divinely planned for you to step up and take what is already yours.
mhm,
Understand this in
yeah,
every cell of your body. Okay. You are not depriving anybody by shining. Okay. You are taking what is yours
yeah,
already. Okay.
yeah.
And these DTs will help you stand in that more firmly,
With power.
foundationally. Okay. And none of this putting yourself aside. You have every right to declare to the universe. This has to do with connecting to timelines that are rightfully yours because you did the shadow work and you knew that you were good enough to be happy.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
are
And
good
then,
enough to be happy.
yeah, you're enough. And we're taking back our power. We're taking it
Hmm.
back. We need
We're
that.
not
Take
gonna
it
we're
back.
not gonna die like we used to.
No,
We're not gonna die like we
no,
used to. No, this is
no, no,
different.
no. This is different. Yeah, it is. We're taking our power back. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
Okay.
So good for
So
you.
from our hearts, so full of gratitude and excitement, Angela Solorzano, hypnotist, and
Pauline Fisher, medium, clairvoyant.
we hope to see you guys soon.
And we will. We will.
And we
And
will.
we
So
know what
hugs and kisses till we see you guys.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.